he said. All right, episode number 5.
Boom, boom. We ready.
The boom, boom room, bro.
Right.
Let's go. All right, so this one, I wanted to talk about. What do I want to talk about? Hold on. I write things down for the people out there. I write things down because I try to keep. It helps me keep my thoughts linear, or else it looks like a web, and I just go down different rabbit holes, and it's not a good. It's not a good look.
You write it down in a handy dandy notebook.
Oh, okay. So the calls for unity this week.
We may be opponents, but we're not enemies. We're Americans.
Because the media has now declared Biden president-elect.
Right.
When they haven't finished counting the ballots.
President-elect. You know, you can go on any social media page. You click on voting results. And even when you click on, even on social media pages, when you click on the voting results, it's still saying it's counting votes and stuff like that. So
yeah. So, you know, the electors haven't met. You know, none of the states have certified them yet.
Right.
But the media is going with it because they're trying to push a narrative. Because what it's going to do is, in my opinion, there's not enough fraud in order to flip the election.
You think so?
I don't think so. I think Trump will still lose by a thin margin, but he'll probably still lose.
Well, you know, you're the only person that I've heard say that. A lot of the Trump hopefuls right now, a lot of people that's hopeful for Trump right now are still like gung-ho on it's enough.
I'm hopeful, but...
You're realistic, though.
I'm realistic.
You're realistic.
Yes,
I'm
realistic.
Right.
Yeah.
He said it's not enough fraud. There's fraud. It's just not enough fraud.
It's not enough, yeah.
Right.
Because the burden of proof is like extremely high. Like it's an uphill battle. And, you know, you can only find so much or find so much solid evidence.
Right.
And they do have quite a bit. I just don't think it's enough. Right. And
that's the world we living in.
Yeah. But so even so, right? The media still want to put out this narrative.
Right.
Of he's the president-elect.
Right.
We called
the narrative of the presidency.
We called it, right? But the states haven't certified it. None of that. I mean, they should be
votes a little bit counted.
Yeah, especially with like the high intensity, or the high distrust among the votes right now.
The voters, right?
They shouldn't be so quick to call things. That being said, I still do think Biden may have won. You know, hopeful that maybe there was enough fraud that they could find and prove.
Right. But if not,
realistically, I don't think so.
We'll deal what we deal with, man.
And I'm not a defeatist. I want you to know, to my Trump supporting people, I'm not a defeatist. If he loses and he loses fair and square, that's perfectly fine. He should announce day one, as soon as the day after Biden is inaugurated, the day after, announce his 2024 candidacy and immediately start launching into a campaign.
Well, hold on. I'm about to say, hold on. You know, Trump is up there in age. God willing, he'll make it. But, you know, we just gotta throw me up, put me up there. I'm immediately announce me becoming the president in the next 4 years.
Kanye, 2024.
You gotta be 30, right?
I think it's 45.
Oh damn, I missed the cut. But we're getting it.
Young as shit.
Well,
you're still a baby. Right.
Well, if people could get elected and they weren't even born in America, I could beat not being 45.
I'm dead.
I could beat not being 45.
I'm dead. So. Yeah, he's up there in age, bro, but I don't know. He's still with it. Maybe in 4 years that changes.
I don't know. In 4 years he might be as bad as Biden is now.
Maybe. You know, he's you know the thing.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Like we hold these truths to be self-evident.
Collusion.
And you know the thing.
This whatever this is been gone.
Bro, have you, I showed you the hairy legs clip, right? Oh, bro, when he was talking, and then all of a sudden like went off, and he was like, and I got hairy legs, and when I was in the pool, the kids like to rub the hair down. on my legs.
Yeah. I heard about that.
We'll play the clip for you.
I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun, and the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Right.
But yeah, so I was like, freaking,
But hell, Biden might not even make this presidency all the way through.
bro, he's not, bro. I'm telling you, 3 months. I give it 3 months after his inauguration. President Kamala Harris.
Oh God.
President, can't we just say yes?
Y'all was joking about going. I can't do it. It was just a debate, right? We were just debating.
So do you just really believe he is a rapist and a racist? It was a debate. Jesus Christ.
I don't
and
trust.
I'll play the clip,
I don't trust.
You guys seem to be pals.
It was a debate.
Not everybody landed punches like you did, though.
It was a debate.
So you don't mean it.
It was a debate. That the whole reason, literally, it was a debate. It was called a debate.
I understand.
Traveled to the debate. There were journalists there covering the debate.
Right. I have no trust in. Right.
God damn.
Right. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. I would like to walk back some things I said on the prior podcast real quick. I have hater tendencies. Okay. Right. And when I don't like somebody and don't like what they push and don't like what they've already done, I immediately write them off. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to give off false information. Gotcha. So as far as me saying that both her parents are 100% Dravidian Indian, that's exactly what I said, right? Okay. I'm going to say this. Her mom is Dravidian, 100% Dravidian Indian, and her dad is mutt. He's mixed with everything. He's not. Everybody's trying to say he's half Jamaican, but Jamaican is not a race. Jamaican's never been a race. It's what are you? You could be white in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? That makes you a Jamaican. So Jamaican is not a race. You can't just say he's half Jamaican. A lot of people say he's half Jamaican because they don't want to really break down how much black is really left in them. Mm-hmm. But
well, you're the second person I've heard make that point. I had another friend of mine who made that point. He said, "Well, just because you're African doesn't mean you're black." Right. You know, he goes, "There are white Africans. There are white Africans who were there. You know, their family was there.
And when they come to America, when white Africans come to America, they are classified as African American.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that.
I'm classified as an African American, but I'm just an American. I've never been to Africa, and I'm black. So when somebody who's white comes from Africa and they want to get citizenship in America, they could have to put down that they are African American.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. So they what they did is they inextricably tied ethnicity to race.
Right.
Right, because ethnicity is the origin where you're from, right?
Right.
Race is like the color, right?
Right.
I think.
Well, yeah. Race is what you are.
I could be wrong on that,
but I think race and ethnicity is. I don't want to say nothing wrong right now.
Yeah,
but.
No, I've always been confused, and I say I could be wrong on that, but I've always been confused about that. But yeah, they
just want to they really want to squeeze the I'm black out of her. It's profitable right now, especially with the votes to get that black vote. Yeah. They just kind of I'm black, but you know, I'm sorry. I just had to come on here and say that I'm sorry for I guess giving out false information. Even though I wasn't giving out false information, when I get passionate and I start going off on my tangents, I just start going off on tangents, but a lot of it is truth. So let me just nail that now. I don't want anybody to say I'm false or a lie or anything like that. A lot of what I'm saying is truth, even if it sounds crazy coming out of my mouth. Just because you haven't heard it doesn't mean it's a lie.
Yeah.
Because there are prominent people that pay for certain things not to even be published, and there's people that push certain knowledge to the back end and bring certain knowledge or their certain knowledge to the forefront. So
yeah.
I had to say that.
I got you. So all these calls for unity, right?
Right.
I don't. Well, in air quotes, President-elect's
right, President-elect
Joe Biden's
right
semi-victory speech that he gave, calling for unity and we need to stop the hate and all. Didn't
they both give a speech?
I don't know. I just know that Joe Biden did, and I'll put up some clips too of that. For all of that calls for unity, I don't truly believe that it calls for like real unity, as in, you know, hey, we got different beliefs, but we're both Americans, and you know our underlying philosophy of the country is the same. So you know, we disagree on how to get there, on how to get to the best America. What I believe is he's saying is you need to unify into our group.
Or get out.
Or, be publicly shamed into unifying into our group. And how I believe this is because he will not say one thing about any of the people of his party or the media members who have sided with who are basically a Democratic wing or a wing of the Democratic Party.
Right.
He will not tell them anything about all this stuff that they're saying, right?
Right.
About, we need to make lists. There's a bunch of stuff that I have put together, and I'll put it together right now.
Terrorist Trump must be defeated, must be destroyed, must be devoured at the ballot box. And then he and his enablers and his supporters.
It's not only that Trump has to lose, but that all his enablers have to lose.
And his collaborators and the Mike Lees and the William Barrs.
We have to collectively, in essence, burn down the Republican Party.
And the Sean Hannitys and the Mike Pences and the Rudy Giulianis and the Kyle Rittenhouses.
We have to level them.
And the Amy Coney Barretts must be prosecuted and convicted and removed from our society.
Because if there are survivors, if there are people who weathered this storm, they will do it again.
While we try to rebuild it.
Oh, I'm glad that he's saying what Biden actually means.
Yeah. Well,
Biden's not going to say that. He doesn't want to blow anything, but that's what he means, and that's what somebody, right.
And I was self-censoring for a while.
Right.
About
how you kind of feel about
about my political leanings.
Right.
Because I truly enjoy people's company. And I know I have friends who are like extremely liberal. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'll just kind of like keep quiet and I'll let them like say what they want to say. Right. But I kept feeling weird. Like every time I'm like
you're not living in your truth.
I'm not able to say what I believe.
Right.
But I have to let you say what you believe.
Right.
And I was like, man, this kind of feels weird. And it goes back to what Jordan Peterson says of, when you speak, only speak the truth, or at least don't lie. Right.
Right.
And I feel like lying by omission, even if you're not, forthrightly lying, you're still lying. You're
right. You're still accepting something that you don't necessarily. I mean, it's not really even about acceptance, accepting what somebody else saying or telling you the truth. It's mostly about you're not putting your true intentions out there.
Well, you can't question them.
Right.
Like when I see like my friends will post like crazy wild things, I'm like, I want to question you and be like, well, let's dig further into that a little bit. Let's see what's, because at the time of this recording, y'all know that I've, went up on social media. I came in public with it.
Lost some friends.
I lost a few friends, man.
I still got my Fast Series. I got my Fury 6 still.
A friend of 10 years.
Oh, man.
10 years. Flipped me the bird. Did the little laughing emojis and was out. And I'm like, all right. Like, damn.
But then, if things happen for a reason, and if the friendship to that person was trivial enough for them to kind of just end it over something that they can really care less about anyway, then that goes to show you how deep that friendship on their side really was anyway.
That's true. But, I mean, she did say, like, one of the things she posted, and I'm like a long time ago was, if you voted for Trump, I don't care how long we've known each other or who you are to me, I will fucking cut you off.
Oh, well, at least you kept that same energy.
And I'm like, yeah, all right. Like, damn, son. But, I mean, I had plenty of friends who were like, hey, this is fucking great. This is awesome. I had a buddy of mine.
Feel like your realest friends stay with you.
Yeah, dude. Like, it was like fucking, he came out and he was like, hey, man, he goes, fucking dope. I've been waiting for you to start this.
Shouts out to that man.
So do it.
Thank you for the follow, too, man. Real. That's a real individual.
Know who you are.
Right. You know who you are.
Yeah, and then I have a buddy who is in the military, and he messaged me, and he's like, I fucking love the podcast. He's like, this is fucking dope. He goes, I subscribed. I'll watch every episode you drop and this and that. And I was like, damn, that's fucking cool, dude.
And what this does is, it in a way kind of like excludes the people out your life who probably didn't mean anything anyway, probably didn't care about anything anyway. And it kind of helps you really figure out who's really going to support.
Well, it kind of tells you like who believes that their political ideas are tied to them.
Right.
Like political, you shouldn't be married to any of your political ideas. There could be some kind of new information that comes out that maybe you sit there and go, well, all right, maybe I was wrong.
Shouldn't be married to anything. I remember when I first met you, I told you I was never going to date or anything like that. When I first met you, I was on my quote unquote hard on thoughts type of energy, and then I met my girlfriend, and then I'm like been booed up for 3 years now. So it's like I don't at this point I don't marry myself to any. I don't subscribe or marry myself to any thought, because I know give me about a year and I'm gonna hit a new mindset, a new way of thought. So
yeah, so you have your thoughts that help you orient yourself and what your values are and things like that.
Right.
And as long as we're all gonna have contradictory beliefs, that contradict our values in certain ways, and you either have to like own up to it and be like, yeah, these contradict each other, but this is kind of what I believe, and I'm not sure how to reconcile that, or you get some new information and you go, oh well, I never thought about it that way, and you kind of change your worldview, which
is good. That's the breaking of a new mindset. It's so good.
But the thing about many people on the left is they believe that your ideology is tied to who you are, right? Like as in your political beliefs are you, right? They're all you.
Like you supporting Trump means you're racist,
and there's nothing outside of that
that.
Right. And you're like, what? Like, whoa. And so that kind of thing is where it gets me. But I have like a lot of friends who are like, hey,
that support.
That's fucking.
And that's good to see your support system, man. It's we going in hard times, even though we laugh and we joke, but honestly, COVID is still a thing. It's still life has always still been hard, depending on who you are, where you're at, and when it's your turn to go through what you have to go through, you go through what you got to go through. So in times like this, when things are going good for us, you can see, okay, they support, he supports, she supports. These people really support, and that's good. We just build upon that. That's never bad, man. That's never ever been a bad thing. And then we see who doesn't support, which is also cool. And that's also part of the new knowledge, just new information in general. You don't know where life will take you. A friendship of 10 years, you come out as a Trump supporter, no longer a friendship of 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Evolution.
And the other thing is, I think we'll touch on this a little bit in the next episode as well, but the media, right? The establishment, corporate media,
right?
That the reason I never watched Fox, right? Because at first I was like, well, I kind of believe that they're just kind of telling me what I want to hear, and they'll forego certain facts like that may be vital
facts, right?
But what I've learned is they are the same thing as CNN. They are elites. They think that middle of the country people are idiots and they're good. They're good for ratings on Fox because middle of the country people like conservative content.
Right.
And so and that's why I always say it, like the corporate media. I was like, they're all the same. Like CNN, Fox. What's it called? They're all the same, and the people who would like be on Fox and like listen to them religiously are now screaming, Fox News sucks. Fox News sucks, and I'll play that clip too.
How bad is Fox News now? What the hell happened? What the hell?
Right.
But yeah, I was like, wow, like but now y'all realize too. That's why I never listened to it.
Right.
Like it's a corporate media. They are paid by big corporations in order to, set a certain narrative.
And back to those points you were saying that I guess everybody who quote unquote was aligning themselves with Trump, they're going to, there's going to be a strike against anybody who aligned themselves with Trump. Not saying that's going to happen, but it was hinted to, right? Basically, what's gonna happen? They're gonna get media shamed. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what's gonna happen. It's just gonna be a media shaming.
Well, that's how they did that kid Michael Sandmann.
Who, the kid with the 16-year-old?
The 16-year-old with the MAGA hat.
Yeah.
Where the Indian dude was beating the drum in his face. Did you see that?
As a part of the, I've been shut off. I'm back home, but
Clip.
Where you came from. This is not your land. No, it's not. You've been here 2-3 generations.
right.
Okay, so I just leave that space there for what's it called, but it's basically this kid, right? Went to the Women's March or the pro-life march, and the Black Hebrew Israelites and this Native American dude were like all like shouting at these high school kids, like 16, 15 years old, and this dude was beating a drum like this close to this kid's face, like this close to his face, and the kid was just like.
This is okay.
Like, like it's a nervous smile,
right?
You know? Like it's a nervous smile, and he got shit like from everybody on the media. Like these people went after him, as if he was like the aggressor.
Right.
This dude's swinging a thing in his face, and all I can say, man, is at 16 years old, you can't get close to me and not get touched, bro. When I was 16,
bless his soul.
When I was 16, that was a whole different me.
Right.
That was a whole different me. And if you got within arm's length of me, you're gonna get touched.
Damn Hebrew Israelites, huh?
No, not Him though. The Indian.
The Indian.
Yeah. But like after the whole thing, altercation and everything, it wasn't even an altercation. The kid was just standing there smiling, and like some of his students, like his classmates, were like started yelling back at them, and he like turned around and was like, "No, like shut up."
Meet them with no intensity, right?
No, what's it called? And he was just stood there and smiled. I was like, bro, he did everything he could to try to just stay out of that.
Some people are just
not escalate. And these people, like media people, coming out. Oh, he has the most punchable fucking face. Yeah, of course it's the fucking kid's fault. Of course I believe it's the kid's fault. And I'm like, dude. Well, anyways, this kid sued CNN, and I think they paid him. They paid him something stupid, ridiculous, like $69 million or something like that. Stupid, ridiculous.
He said, "Chill out. The check is coming." He said, "The check is coming."
Like, bro, I hope it was worth it. Nick Sandman. There you go. I think that's his name. Yeah, bro. I was like, but they railed against this kid. Like did their damn best to make this a big ass deal, right?
And now he's a millionaire.
Stupid amounts of money.
He rolling in dough.
I'm like, bro, that's the way you wanted to do it, CNN. That's the way you wanted to do it, bro.
Right.
But see, they keep crafting this narrative, right? Mm-hmm. And so what I'm saying about Fox News is they're doing the same thing. They silenced the media press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany. Mm-hmm. They silenced her because she was like, look, we have these instances of voter fraud, blah, 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 blah. And the Fox News host cut her off. And he goes, I cannot in good conscience show you this.
We want to protect the franchise of the American people. We want an honest, accurate, lawful count. We want maximum sunlight. We want maximum transparency. We want every legal vote to be counted, and we want every illegal vote to be...
Well, I just think we have to be very clear. She's charging, the other side is welcoming fraud and welcoming illegal voting. Unless she has more details to back that up, I can't in good countenance continue showing you this.
Like, you can't let me see information?
Right.
What do you mean?
Right.
You could have let her say her piece, and then afterwards been like, well, I don't believe that's indicative of whatever, and she's overstating these facts or
right. Free speech.
He straight up cut her off, and I cannot in good conscience show you. I think you can and should show us.
It's information, and it's information. It has something to do with what's going on today, and it's not.
Yeah, and this is why, like, conservatives, like the media is not your friend. Even the supposed air quotes conservative media, Fox News, it's not your friend.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so if you're gonna come for people that align themselves with Trump through media, they already lost that a long time ago. Like,
and the thing is that they're trying to virtue signal to their woke supporters,
right?
Thinking that they're going to be fine after, we make lists and prosecute the Trump supporters and all of his enablers. They think that they're going to be fine, but really the monster is just going to eat them last. That's all it is. They're the useful idiots of, communist Russia. where
I mean, you're right.
Well, that's what they did.
Right.
They promoted hella propaganda. Said people should report, like they're saying, report Thanksgiving gatherings with more than 3 families in it. Report your fellow citizens.
Right. Basically, like what Fidel Castro was doing.
Yeah, and then they take those once everything's all done and the new power switched out. They take those people, line them up in front of a ditch, and bye.
Hey, y'all all gone. But thank you for helping though.
You served your purpose.
Right.
Like, and they think they're gonna get out of it. No, they're just gonna get eaten.
That is
last.
what that is.
Because you're never woke enough. That's a shit. You're never woke enough.
Never woke enough.
You're never woke enough. The monster will eat you last. That's all it is. You have to keep perpetually moving to the left if you want to stay out of those jaws. That's what it is, man.
Bend over. That's what it is. It's bend over. Let me have my way. As soon as you decide that this bend over you're not doing, you're going to. So, I mean, hey, it's the world we living in, and the sad part is it's the world that the majority are being manipulated into going with. So what can you do, right, when the people around you believe the hype?
Well, that's the thing, is it's a war of reality.
It's right.
That's
but media has been shaping reality for years now, so it's easy for them to. I feel like
decades. They've been shaping it for decades.
So I feel like the foresight that the people who started media, like, I guess what they've always thought about and back then was, this is where media can take you. Media can basically control the masses, right? 2020, media controls the masses. So, great foresight for the founding fathers of media, huh?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Dude, the freaking... Oh, man.
This is exactly, I feel like, where they wanted to get to.
Well, the founding fathers, I don't know, bro, because I think they were smart enough. They were smart enough to picture where the government was going to go.
Right.
I don't think they knew where that media was going to be what it is. I don't think that they knew that we were going to be able to get information from a box. Now a flat box.
Well, I'm not talking about the radio station. I'm talking about the people that started the first couple channels. ABC, NBC.
The founders of media.
Yes.
Okay, I'm talking about the founders. We were awful.
Right. See, we communicate that. We communicate it. You know what I'm saying?
2 different levels. Okay, so the founders of media. Maybe.
Social media came along.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is social media came along and completely undermined traditional media.
Right.
And traditional media hated it. Like the Fox News people, according to Steven Crowder, who used to work at Fox News, they hated YouTube. They didn't want people to be on there. They didn't want.
They still do.
The conservatives to be on there.
Right.
And the thing about it is,
they found a way to come together, though.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So if they don't get to promote their narrative, right? Well, what they can do is try to tie up the smaller people who are starting their YouTube channels or starting their little media companies, and try to pressure them and try to pressure social media into help close them down.
Right.
And that's crazy to me.
Right.
Like, dude. So okay, I mean, for my conservative friends, all right, even if you're not conservative, The Blaze, pretty good. You do have a classic liberal on there named Dave Rubin. He's pretty good. For the conservative people like me, Daily Wire. Those people are dope. The people who like just entertainment and funny shit, but can be political sometimes, Steven Crowder. That's where I get a lot of my information from.
All right.
I watch a lot of that. Epic Times, they're more centrist. They just kind of accumulate all of the facts of whatever story they're reporting on and kind of put it out. The Epic Times,
right?
EPOCH. Those dudes.
Which just makes you see the broader scale. Just see what's going on from both sides. Bad's in this side, bad's that side, good in both sides. Just here's what it is. Right?
Yeah. And so the Epic Times is really dope.
Right.
They're more centrist. They're not so conservative. The leftists will say they're conservative, but they're not.
Right. Of course. Anything against the agenda is.
Yeah. And then the last thing is, because we got like 2 minutes left, a Trump rally was held in front of the White House today. I'll show you the clip.
No denying that this president is the titular head of our party for many decades to come, and the enthusiasm you see among his base is something to behold at these rallies.
35 of us came from California because it's our belief.
But yeah, dude, they were chanting Fox News sucks, fucking singing the national anthem, bro. Like thousands of people.
Right.
Yeah, it was dope. But anyways, we'll get to that in the next episode, and we'll touch on a few other things. That's it. Episode number 5.
It's in the books.
Deuce.